Stonehenge, 5,000 years old, visited by 1 million people every year, studied by thousands of scientists. And yet, for over a century, one question has defeated every expert who dared ask it. How did prehistoric humans, with no wheels, no cranes, no metal tools, move 80 massive stones from a mountain in Wales to a field in England, 200 miles away? A study published in January 2026 may have finally given us the answer, and it changes everything. Let's establish what we're actually dealing with. Stonehenge has two types of stones. The larger sarcens, up to 25 tons, came from about 25 miles away. Difficult, but possible. But the smaller blue stones, 80 of them, each weighing up to 4 tons, came from the Preseli Hills in Wales. 200 miles of mountains, rivers and forest. No roads, no animals strong enough to carry them. And yet, they're there. How? For decades, the leading scientific theory was surprisingly simple. Glaciers did it. During the last ice age, massive ice sheets moved across Britain, and geologists believed they could have naturally carried the blue stones from Wales to somewhere near Stonehenge. Then prehistoric humans only needed to move them a short final distance. It was elegant, it was accepted, it was taught in schools, and according to a bombshell study from January 2026, it was almost certainly wrong. Researchers used advanced mineral fingerprinting, the same technique used in criminal forensics, to analyze river sediments all around the Stonehenge area. If glaciers had carried the blue stones from Wales, they would have left a trail. Microscopic mineral fragments matching Welsh rock should be found scattered across the landscape. The scientists searched every river, every valley, every geological formation. They found nothing. The glaciers never reached this far. The stones had to have been carried by human hands. So how? Experimental archaeology gives us some answers. The most credible reconstruction involves wooden sledges, greased with animal fat, pulled by up to 200 people per stone. The Welsh mountains have ancient tracks, some possibly dating to this period. Researchers have demonstrated that rafts made of bundled logs could carry blue stone weight along coastal routes. The journey likely took months per stone, repeated 80 times, over decades. It represents the largest organized human effort in British prehistory. But this raises an even bigger question. Why Wales specifically? Salisbury Plain is surrounded by other rocks. Why travel 200 miles for these particular stones? Archaeologists who excavated the Welsh quarry sites found evidence of ancient feasting and ceremony. These locations were sacred places, long before Stonehenge was built. The blue stones weren't just building materials. They were holy objects, already revered for generations. Stonehenge was built around their power. And here's where the science gets genuinely strange. Skeletal analysis of people buried near Stonehenge shows something remarkable. A disproportionate number of them suffered from serious diseases and injuries, and many show signs of having traveled from hundreds of miles away. Isotope analysis of their teeth reveals childhoods in Wales, Scotland, even continental Europe. Scientists now believe Stonehenge may have functioned as a prehistoric Lourdes, a healing sanctuary, drawing the sick from across the ancient world. Meanwhile, astronomers keep finding new layers of precision in Stonehenge's design that are almost impossible to explain without sophisticated mathematical knowledge. The monument aligns perfectly with the summer solstice sunrise and the winter solstice sunset simultaneously. Recent computer modeling shows it also tracked lunar cycles across an 18.6-year cycle. These aren't coincidences, they're calculations, performed by people with no writing system, no metal instruments, nothing we would recognize as technology. And who were they? Ancient DNA analysis has now given us a face. The builders of Stonehenge were not the ancestors of modern British people. They were a distinct Neolithic population, related to farmers who migrated from Anatolia thousands of years earlier, with dark skin, possibly blue eyes, and a culture so sophisticated it organized pan-British construction projects lasting centuries. Around 2500 BC, they were largely replaced by the Bell Beaker people from continental Europe. Stonehenge outlasted the civilization that built it. In 2014, ground-penetrating radar revealed that Stonehenge is only the visible tip of something far larger. Buried just below the surface, dozens of hidden monuments, pits aligned with the solstices, wooden post circles that predate the stones by thousands of years. The entire surrounding landscape was a ceremonial complex covering miles, and archaeologists estimate less than 2% of it has been excavated. The greatest prehistoric site in the world has barely been opened. Whatever is down there, we haven't found it yet. We now know the stones came from Wales. We know the builders were a lost people, replaced before history began. We know the monument tracked the cosmos with impossible precision. We know the sick came here hoping to be healed. But the question no scientist has answered is the one that hits you in the silence. What did they believe? What did they feel, hauling sacred stones for a monument they would never see completed? That answer is gone. And maybe that's why we keep going back. In January 2026, science answered a 100-year question about Stonehenge, and in doing so, opened 10 more. That's what the best history does. It doesn't close doors, it shows you how many rooms you haven't entered yet. The greatest unsolved mysteries of human civilization remain, waiting for the next generation to uncover their secrets. I genuinely don't know what Stonehenge was truly for, and I think that's beautiful.